Hello friends and welcome to Chatterfax Games. I am playing Strange Antiquities today. Strange Antiquities is the sequel to Strange Horticulture, and I really enjoyed kind of the cozy, calm, relaxing vibes of Strange Culture that had that underlying spookiness to it, and I'm hoping for more of the same from Strange Antiquities. So this time, instead of running a plant shop, I'm going to be the owner of an antiquities shop and investigate mysterious artifacts. Hopefully I'll be able to pet the cat. Let's go. I'm guessing this is a save from the demo, because I haven't played this game, so I'm going to clear that save. Yes, I want to start from the beginning. So I did play the demo, and that video is also on the channel, but this is the first time in the full game, which came out as I am recording this. I'm probably putting this out tomorrow, though. So when you're watching this, it came out yesterday. As a thaumaturge's apprentice, there is a lot to learn. Every object must be treated with care, and it is important to identify the harmful from the harmless, the potent from the mild. I'm hoping my face isn't blocking anything. It was only supposed to be a temporary arrangement when Eli left the shop, Strange Antiquities in my hands. None of us knew that by then the pendulum was already swinging with a terrible certainty that could not be stopped. The ravens were an omen, a circling unkindness of black wings and cheerless cries that seemed even then to signal the start of a rising dread. Day 1, Thursday. So right away, we can pet the cat. 10 out of 10, game of the year. Alright, so what's going on? Ooh, interesting. Okay, I don't remember a lot of this from the demo, but these are all locked off. There's a board down here. Okay. I don't remember almost anything from the demo. There's some plants. Maybe the proprietor of Strange Horticulture gave them to me. But yeah, we might need to organize here. Oh, okay. Ooh. Okay, I don't remember that. But there's weights and measures in there. Yeah, cool. Alright. There's a drawer here. Will to explore. Okay. Ooh. On thalamic fields, all thalamic objects produce a field of sorts. Although invisible to the naked eye, they can be observed by placing an object over a thalamic lens. A diurnal field pattern. These fields are not fully understood despite attempts to study them over the years. You can use shift to bring up the magnifying glass. Okay. Okay, yep. Reminder, I've stored a couple of items in the cellar of the wine merchant next door. I'm not sure what that's for just yet. I could put it here. Okay, I think I know where that goes, assuming this is a repeating pattern. Yeah, it does look to be a repeating pattern, so this should go down there, except it should be facing the other way. Is there a way to spin it around? I'll leave that in the drawer for now till I know more about it. Oh no, they point in different directions. Okay. No, that's correct. Yeah, that's correct. That's the spot for it. Okay. Got a map. I've stored a couple of items in the cellar of the wine merchant next door. So as I recall, yeah, so we're in the single city of Undermere, rather than exploring the whole country like we were in Strange Horticulture, which it makes sense. We don't... Plants are in the country, but I'm an antiquities dealer, so I've got to be where the people are. So let's see. 2 is Strange Horticulture. 1 is Greywick Farm. 8 is the Boatyard. 3 is the Barrows. The wine merchant next door. I should not have come here. Okay, that's not great. Was that not the wine merchant? I'm looking for anything that indicates a wine merchant. I guess I'm not going to worry about that. We'll try to solve that later. There's some items down here. Not sure what those do. I'll put those up over here. Alright, well, let's help a customer. Eli White. I have been called away to assist in an urgent matter in Ravenglass and must leave at once. I am leaving the shop in your care, with some reluctance, I might add. Make use of my reference materials. Here, take this. There's an index at the back that may be useful to you. If in doubt, study it carefully. And remember that there are some powerful artifacts here. Under no circumstances should you seek entry to any locked doors, drawers, or cupboards. In fact, safest not to touch anything at all. I should be back in a few days. Okay. Well, can't really run the shop if I can't touch anything. Strange Artifacts. A Guide to Occult Objects by T.S. Gill. Contents. Index. Interesting. Alright. Thomas Pope. Congratulations! Today is the day you meet the great Thomas Pope. That's me. I'm a man of 2 loves, fresh mountain air and a little white dog called Hamish. Well, I can't blame you for that. But I reserve some room for laughter among friends and shops with cats in them. If you would be so kind, I'm looking for a replacement for my hunter's boon. Use right-click on items to inspect them. Okay. Hunter's boon. Let me... Well, let's just go to Hunter's Boon. A Hunter's Boon is a primitive item. They grant the power of the predator, enhancing perception and agility. They are made from trophies taken from slain beasts, with those from the deadliest predators being the most prized. They are simple items without embellishment. Alright, Hunter's Boon. Made from trophies of slain beasts. So, I mean, obviously the deer kind of stands out to me. Okay, it's clay. So this isn't a trophy of a slain beast. Textured. Pointy. I have nothing to remark about scent and sound. Nothing to remark from inner perception. Okay. This might be one. Color and composition. Yellowy brown. It's yellow. It's a yellowy white color. Smooth but with hard ridges. Nothing about sight and sound. Gives me a sensation of power. Potentially. Gonna move this over here. Bronze. Sense of touch, an uneven texture. Nothing. Nothing. Okay. What about this? Ooh, what's this? Iron gray metal, so whatever that is, it's not what I'm looking for. Fossilized creature, stone. Bronze. This is probably wood. Orange gemstone, wood, yeah. Bronze, iron. That eye is following my cursor. These are bones. Bone yellowed and white. Hard and somewhat rough. A soft sound like a serpent's whisper emanates from within. Has some evil quality to it. I do not like to hold it. I think this is your Hunter's Boon. Okay. This is a tiger's tooth, a trophy from a predator. On closer inspection, it gives a sensation of power. I got a page for a Selenic totem. These carved totems, more commonly known as moon hearts, can be imbued with sentiment or feelings such as love or joy and then held tightly to recall the same feeling. They sometimes feature crescent shapes associated with both the Selenic and Noctic disciplines. Indeed, the form of the item itself will often have a connection to either the moon or the night. You can add labels while inspecting to items while inspecting them. So this is what's it called? A Hunter's Boon? I don't really have a plan. So let's just start with blue. Let's put identified items over here for now, and I can start to categorize and sort them. Jack Hungerford. The nights are drawing in again. Dark shadows hide dark deeds, or so my father always used to say. Seems like the shadows have grown darker since he passed 2 winters gone. The creeping dark has set up in my house. I'm told a shadow hold will draw it out. A shadow hold or oshadic vessel is a container of any kind, sometimes a jar or bottle or some sort of box. It can be used to contain an oshadic spirit, the manifestation known as creeping dark, pulling it from the shadows like poison from a wound. They are decorated with an elaborate design called the shadow catcher, so I'm a jar or bottle or box with design. Like colored wood, polished. I'm overcome by a warm, loving emotion. Doesn't seem likely. I'm gonna put this plant down next to this plant. Ooh. Yes, here we go, right here. I don't even need to inspect it, but let's do it just in case. Clay. Cork. Spongy. These markings have been carved in. Hard and somewhat rough. Pungent. Alright, so, what was this called? Shadow hold. Okay, so we got a page for the book. A sun bond is small and lightweight, designed to be carried discreetly, and made of a non-precious metal of some kind, housing a gemstone light. They carry the warmth and light of the sun, a brightness that can pierce the darkest gloom. There's an auto-labeling option if labeling by hand isn't your thing. Actually, it's part of what I like about this game is sorting it out and labeling things. Oh, I just noticed, yeah, when I move around, the things swing as if it's the actual store that's moving, not me. Yeah, that's interesting. This cat has 2 different colored eyes. David Schaefer from the first game. What's with all these ravens flying around Undermere today? I can't remember ever seeing anything like that. Not a good day to be the sort who believes in dark omens. A letter for you. Okay. We discovered some papers hidden in a desk drawer in the boatyard last night. Mr. Jones almost threw them in the fire pit, but I asked to take a look at them at first. That man does like to burn things. They look old, maybe there's nothing of much use here, but I thought of you when I came across an entry on the shin. Charlie Weathers. Right. Should we explore? What's this? The thaumaturge, Eli White. Eli is a thaumaturge, a collector and curator of powerful objects. Objects that to the untrained eye may appear dull and lifeless, but that in the right hands and armed with the right knowledge can be a gateway to so much more. For Eli, the quest to unearth and understand each new object has been the driving force of his adult life. As the owner of Strange Antiquities, Eli is a stern master. He knows firsthand what can happen if the right precautions are not taken. He doesn't tend to show much emotion, but he does have a more tender side, a side that is mostly reserved for the store's cat, Jupiter. Visits day 1, I've been called... Okay, so we can look back over the visits. Devourer of souls, Jupiter. I think all cats would like to be the devourer of souls. Okay. Boatyard. Can we go to the boatyard? 8 is the boatyard. The yard has seen better days. A mess of broken and rotten timber covers most of the outdoor space that isn't taken up by upturned boats, slowly being claimed by the weeds. In the middle of all this, a man looks up from repairing a small rowing boat. "You must be from Strange Antiquities," he says with a smile. He takes me into the dilapidated office where 2 metal buckets collect drips of brown water, and a thin window pane rattles with every footstep. He pulls a sheaf of brown papers out of a desk drawer and places them gently in my hands. Sleep vessel. Oh, there was more there. Apparently as an afterthought and somewhat reluctantly, the man gives me something else as I'm leaving. "I've no use for it," he says, "don't even know what it's for." An item. Okay. I'll put that down. Wait a second. What? What? Is there an item that fits in there? Quite possibly. Who knows what else I might find. This is locked away. There's something down there. I need to remember that. Okay. Do I have an archive? That's where I'll put solved things. Unsolved or not really understood yet. Okay. I just can't forget that they're there. Alright. Stanley Hume. I want an Ossic ring. Ossic. That's a pleasing word to hold on the tongue. Ossic ring. These somewhat macabre objects were originally made as offerings to the goddess Korkan, but the practice fell out of favor as belief waned. They are hard to come across now, but they are occasionally sought out for their ability to keep vermin at bay. Some say they can hear Korkan's unearthly hiss when they hold an Ossic ring up to their ear. Didn't I hear a hissing here? A soft sound like a serpent's whisper emanates from within. Made of bone, this item satisfies the description macabre. Closer inspection confirms that a hissing noise can indeed be heard. Alright. Evocant. These stone items weigh the same as a man's heart, according to a popular myth. The truth is a little less dramatic, but the weight of these items is nevertheless important and should not stray more than a hair from precisely 1 pound. They are placed on the chest of those in a coma to draw them out. Okay, so this is an Ossic ring. Edmund Bishop. The behavior of these ravens is disturbing, to say the least. As a rule, they only come together to feed. Ravens are omnivores, carrion eaters mostly, but they'll take anything they can get their talons into, and they'll kill if necessary. I didn't plan on dropping in today, but there's something happening out there, and I'd like to know what. A voice of Cernunnos might help me put it at ease, or it might do the opposite. Voice of Cernunnos. Wait, what did he call it? A voice of Cernunnos. Here's an eye of Cernunnos. Oh, there's a voice of Cernunnos. The name Voice of Cernunnos is used to refer to any bronze torque that has certain imbued properties. With skill, such an item can be used to read the patterns of nature that are otherwise hidden to us. Cernunnos is a pagan god of the forest and nature, typically depicted as a man with the antlers of a stag and often wearing or holding a torque. This looks like a torque. Bronze. Uneven texture. Right. Do I have anything else that might be a torque? Nope. Hey, guess what? I think this is yours. This item is made of bronze. A similar looking item appears around the neck of Cernunnos in the sketch. Spirit Eye. There are some who stay away from the spirit eyes, believing them to be a window into a world that should not be seen, and others who deride their fear as nothing more than superstition. It is not clear exactly what they do show. Another layer beneath the visible world, perhaps a layer that requires something more than the traditional senses to experience. They draw their power from opposing symbols inscribed upon them. Okay. So, this is a voice of Cernunnos. I don't think I spelled that right. Cernunnos. That's close. Just needed another N. Edmund Bishop, the 14th Lord of Gleeston Castle, is a man of wealth and privilege like the 13 before him. He is a man who would be easy to despise as his father was, but he is well loved by those who know him. Now retired, he was a professor of ancient languages at the University of Cumbria, but his real passion is birds. His students learn to divert particularly dense lectures on Latin declension by asking about local owl species or by quizzing the professor on increasingly exotic bird calls. Edmund was only too happy to oblige, spending hours recounting stories of his adventures in Africa and New Zealand. We can see his visit. Okay. Alright, let's end the day. So that's day 1. The black mare thundered through the icy rain, shining wet in the silver moonlight. Her cloaked rider was exhausted, cold, and soaked to the bone. He knew he would not survive the night if he did not reach Backbarrow. Okay. What's this? An escaped prisoner ran northwest. He hid me in the first building he came to. The old jail ran northwest. Okay. So the old jail ran northwest. Boom. The dilapidated warehouse is dark and imposing, and the struggling flame of my lantern does little to pierce its depths. I slowly search through its contents with a sense of despair, wondering if I'm even in the right place at all, when suddenly and unexpectedly, I uncover something of value. More relieved than elated, I take the trinket back to the shop for further study and a warm drink. Ooh. That's hand-shaped. I'll put it over there. I like the view out our window, or our front door. Verona Green, I think also from the first game. Ah, well, that's just perfect. Undermere's fizzing with fear over these ravens, and the thaumaturge has left his apprentice in charge. Sorry, my dear, that was rude. Pay no attention to me, I'm an old lady who got out of the wrong side of the bed. These ravens have got under my skin is all. Please do let Eli know that I was looking for him next time you see him, and pass on my thanks for letting me borrow his copy of Hermetic Symbology. Thaumic disciplines. There are 3 branches of thaumaturgy. Each of these is split into two disciplines represented by the following symbols. Selenic of the moon, Draetic of the earth, Diurnic of the day, Noctic of the night, Mentic of the mind, Wixic of the body. Then we have imbuements. Elements, materials, mundane elements, planetary metals, seasons, weather, frost, Wicca, blessings, horn god, rebirth. So I'm guessing these are going to be clues we're going to need to reference. Gonna keep both books out. I'm gonna try to find the wine cellar again. That's an empty lot. Would there be a wine cellar there? This doesn't seem right. There's nothing here. Okay. Verona Green. Verona has been a constant in Undermere for as long as the streets have had cobblestones and the churches have had bells. She is respected and feared, which she revels in, and she is revered and admired, which she tolerates. Her knowledge of the occult world is second to none, and her expertise has steered the citizens of Undermere away from catastrophe on more than one occasion. The near misses of the Selenic Flame and the Woken Dendru are two such events that spring to mind. She is of the opinion that no problem is so great, no obstacle is so insurmountable that it can't be diminished by a properly brewed pot of tea. Okay. Tess Sherwood. I feel paralyzed. I have no job, no partner, no friends, no prospects. I heard a horned shackle might be the answer. Horned shackles are used to bring about change in one's life, bestowing the ability to overcome personal demons. In use, the horns are rubbed between one's fingers, causing them to become worn smooth over the years. They can be worn as pendants, but are more commonly totems of some kind. I'm curious here. Okay. Nope. Wrong button. Alright. So it has horns. I mean, technically that has horns. What about this? Wood. This part smells smooth, rough, and pitted. Smooth matches it being the horns being rubbed. Nothing to remark. Potentially this, but actually seems more like this. Strong sense of being watched. Bronze. Smooth, ridged, smooth. Strong sense of being watched. I don't like that. What about this? Hard and somewhat rough. Fills me with a sense of foreboding. That doesn't seem right. Huh. A light-colored wood. Polished. I feel overcome by a warm, loving emotion. Interesting. They can be worn as pendants, but are more commonly totems of some kind. This matches the idea of being a totem of some kind. Yeah, so this is a horned shackle. Yep. The item has horns. Closer inspection reveals the horns have been worn smooth. Yep. A phasager has been used to prevent the spread of diseases and pestilences. Among other oddities, flames burn blue in their presence. Alright. Horned shackle. I'm not sure what this is about. I have a growing fear deep within me. I cannot let it take hold. Okay, so we have a meter. That makes sense. There's a spider there. David Schaefer. I already forgot what voice I was doing for him. At least the weather's looking a little better out there today. Good day. You might be interested to hear that my plow overturned a strange-looking object yesterday. Come to the farm and it's yours, for the right price, of course. Kind regards, John Royston. Come to the farm. Okay. One is Greywick Farm. The scent of damp hay lingers in the air as crows pick at the muddy ground between weathered stone barns. The farmer lifts his gaze briefly, offering little more than a nod before turning back to his work. I don't think I'll find anything useful here. What? John Royston, is there something about a Royston farm? I see what's going on. Okay, that's why I didn't get the wine cellar. I was looking at Strange Horticulture, not Strange Antiquities. Strange Horticulture is the shop from the last game. And there's Royston Farm. Okay, so first off, 29 is Strange Antiquities, so this will be the wine cellar. And 30 is the Royston Farm. Okay. The proprietor, a Mrs. Cranmauer, begrudgingly grants me access to the cellar when I explain that I'm from Strange Antiquities next door. Yes, well, take the lot of them out of here, would you? I can't say no to Eli after all he's done for me, but I don't want the thought of these unnaturals in my cellar. Okay, that's a nice haul. Just throw them up here. Interesting. Okay. Then let's go to the Royston Farm. John grins as I struggle to hide my obvious interest in the item he shows me. Any hope that he might not be fully aware of its value quickly evaporates, and after a lengthy negotiation, I reluctantly hand over the amount he originally asked for. Boom. Okay. Okay, so that can be archived. That can be archived. Can put the map away for now. We're making progress. Julia Braddock. Ah, Jupiter, we meet again. Our paths crossed last night on Princess Street. We shared a moment before he slunk off into the dark, no doubt on important business. I wonder if you can help me. I'm visiting my grandmother later, and I want to bring her something. She lives all alone on the edge of town, out on Clanbrook Road, and I don't always manage to get out there as often as I'd like. I thought maybe a moon heart would bring her some comfort. A moon heart. Thanks, game. Selenic totem. These carved totems, more commonly known as moon hearts, can be imbued with a sentiment or feeling such as love or joy, then held tightly to recall that same feeling. They sometimes feature crescent shapes associated with both Selenic and Noctic disciplines. Indeed, the form of the item itself will often have a connection to either the moon or night. Was it this one? Yes, this is it. Okay. Moonheart. But a Selenic totem is what it's actually called. Holgan Grim. These eerie creations are worn by priests of the Holgar in various rituals relating to death and the afterlife. The sacrament to ask for his protection, Wolfsong's truth to seek his judgment, path of the warrior to help the dead find their way. Selenic totem. Alright, time to start getting more organized. Horned shackle. Hunter's boon. Ossock ring. Come back to that. Selenic totem. Shadow hold. Voice of Caranus. I'm curious about this. Again. Nope. It's a very specific item that would fit in there. And I don't think I have it. Also, I'm not sure what these plants are good for. I shouldn't say that. From the previous game, they could be good for quite a lot. Alright. Daisy Winters. A friend of mine, a former friend I should say, has been stealing jewelry from me. 3 necklaces have gone missing over the past few weeks, including one that was a gift from my late grandmother. Do you have a suitable pendant that I could leave lying out for her to find that will teach her a lesson and make sure it never happens again? Binding seed or Zia? I will need to make a choice here. There are no wrong answers, but my decision will no doubt affect the events in motion outside my shop. Yep. Binding seed or Zia? Binding seed. These items are made of two distinct materials representing the mentic and the wixic, the mind and the body. The winding path, the mind, is described by a spiral encompassing the body, a seed. The binding seed is a form of punishment that amplifies feelings of guilt and shame. Alright, so what's a Zia? Worn about the neck to place them closer to the heart, these innocent-looking items instill a sense of fear and paranoia. They can be difficult to remove. Zias are made of any single material except wood or clay. They typically have no symbol or writings upon their surface. Banged my elbow there by mistake. Okay, I'm going to go with the binding, what's it called, the binding seed. Because guilt and shame, and you can take it off, that seems more appropriate. So we're looking for a spiral and a seed. The mentic and the wixic. Let's put this away. So I'm looking for something that has like a spiral. Potentially that. Or this, yes. Does this make me feel guilt or shame? I don't like how this makes me feel. I mean, that's a hint. Cool and smooth, rough and gnarled. A dark wood, perhaps you, stone. I think this has to be it. Binding seed. Shield charm. Generic charms of protection have little to offer the skilled thaumaturge, but can have small effect. An Oshadic spirit or a wandering shroud will not abide them, for example. Such charms make use of the art of symbology, an ancient and some would say primitive component of thaumaturgy. They can be made from a variety of materials, though rarely precious metals. Horned shackle, binding seed, hunter's boon, Usic ring, Selenic totem, voice of Kerners. I like how the cat even leans into the pet a little bit. Emmett Burrows. They found a man just now in that house where all them ravens were. I wish I hadn't seen, but I did. He was sheet white, but it was his eyes that are gonna give me nightmares. All black they were. It was like he weren't there anymore. I don't need to wait around for another sign. I'm taking my family to Sedberg, and I'll be taking a Libella to see us safely through. A Libella. Libella are reported to offer reassurance in times of upheaval and change, but they are not held in high regard by most scholars of the occult. That being said, an imbuement of wisdom shows that a libella is not merely decorative. There is a power in symbology, as the old thaumaturges know well. Wisdom. So a crown, I'm looking for a crown. I think I've seen one. Yep. Bronze. Raised detailing. Nothing. Nothing. We're gonna do this. The item bears a symbol of wisdom. Yeah, that was the only clue. Witch's finger. Witch's fingers are said to be the severed digits of the Witch of Undermere. They are capable of inflicting intense pain, but the goal is supposedly purification of the body. A most unpleasant experience, but a last resort that has cured some and finished off others. This was a libula. Yep. Well, I think that's about all I have for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like my content, please comment, subscribe, like it. Do all the things for the algorithm. And thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.